right, everybody, welcome back to the Dane and Wayne Show after a brief hiatus.
Small hiatus.
Yeah,
but
had some work stuff to take care of.
work stuff, life
life stuff.
So,
but we're back.
we are excited to be back.
Yeah.
It is 5 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
So yeah, Santa's around the corner. Whichever holiday you celebrate,
Yep.
Everyone's
Your
excited.
shopping done?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. We're not gonna discuss that right now. So we got some shopping to still do, but it's all good. It's all good.
We have nowhere in our house to hide stuff.
Really?
So like, I'm trying to hide stuff from my wife, from my kids, and it's just like everybody's always everywhere. So yeah,
I got a couple places, that I can stash stuff, but it gets harder with a little one or with you
snooping.
little ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Snooping.
Always snooping.
So
we wait till like the last possible minute to wrap and put them under the tree.
Yeah.
So,
but
hey, whatever. Anyways, Big Birds game. We went to the game.
Absolutely, that was a blast. That was a blast.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of Steelers fans around us, which we had fun with. Yeah, there's good banter.
We were nice. We were pleasant.
Yeah. Besides the first downs right next to their faces. Yes,
I kept giving
on that last drive, that 10.5-minute drive.
10.5
definitely rubbed that in a little bit. Yeah,
they were definitely not feeling the first downs, but yeah, I mean it was clear as day that the Steelers weren't getting the ball back in that scenario, and the Birds did what they had to do.
It was 4th and 7 at midfield, and they decided to punt, and I was like, they're punting?
You looked at me.
Why are they punting?
Said that, and you were like, "Yo, why are they punting?"
They were down 2 scores. They're down 2 touchdowns.
They weren't
going to get the ball back with enough to score 2 touchdowns.
Hey, you called it. You were like, "Yo, if they don't go for it here, they might not see the ball." And I was like, "Yo, they can play defense." And you were like, "Dane, I don't think they're going to see this ball." And that was that.
That was it.
So let's see. Right before Christmas, I like your festive look today. We tried to do, cheer up the holiday spirit. So I came out in a festive blazer. You can rate our fits a little bit. Our festive fit. Thumbs up or thumbs down. But let's get back to football. The experience of being in the stadium, the vibe in the stadium.
It was fun.
Okay.
It was fun to be there. So judge me if you will, but that was my first live game since 2010.
When you said that to me, I was like, "You haven't been back down here since 2010?" Well, no, you've been to that sports complex.
I've been
been to a Birds game,
to the Flyers, Sixers, Phillies, countless games. I've been to the Link a few times for other stuff, but never an Eagles game, or at least in the last 14 years. So I went to the Joe Webb game. For any diehard Eagles fans, the Joe Webb game. A Tuesday night game because they got snowed out on Sunday night.
Right after that Deshaun miracle.
Right after the Deshaun miracle, which, was 14 years ago today, I believe.
Yeah. Because they've been replaying it. And Deshaun was given whatever the punter's name for the Giants his flowers. He was giving him his flowers. He was like, "Yo, thank you for that moment."
Tom Coughlin immediately runs on the field. Like, "What did I tell you to do?"
His face was
What did I tell you to do?
Red.
Anyway,
his face is bright red.
So the Vikings were down to their third quarterback / wide receiver, Joe Webb. Michael Vick was having a great year. Had just engineered that huge comeback. Was having an MVP type season, and then this game, and
it was probably like 2 feet, at least a foot of snow on the ground, if I remember.
Yeah, that's why it was postponed. The city didn't think they could support a game on Sunday or Monday night, so they did a Tuesday night game. I vowed to never go back.
Really?
Because it just was so horrible. It was so cold, so horrible.
It was freezing.
It was just the worst experience having to drive home.
And I can't even imagine trying to get into that stadium with all the snow and everything that you had to even try to just get through just to get there.
So I was like, I'm never going back. The at-home TV experience is fine for me. I love the replays. I love the commentary for the most part. There's some bad ones out there, but
Tom slipped up a couple times.
He did. I rewatched the game.
Tom slipped up a couple times,
but for the most part, you're getting insight there. Injury news is not so. I loved the fans and the banter with the Steelers fans and all that was great. You don't see any replays when you're in the stadium.
You see like maybe like a 30-second clip over replay, but it's not even like a replay.
But it's like one every 8 plays or something. You see the replay of it, and it's usually something good that happened. You know, you don't ever see something that was negative.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
They don't give you any injury updates. So Saquon goes out of the game. I'm trying to refresh Twitter, but there's no cell service in there.
Well, you were like, yo, where's Saquon? Where's Saquon? And
nobody
it was
knew.
When he hit was it Fitzpatrick that came off the edge and hit him like in that right thigh or ankle area, and he kind of like went sideways and fell down. And you were like, yo, where is Saquon? But to be fair, Gainwell actually held down the fort in that time that he was out.
Did.
You know?
That one that was right in front of, we were in the end zone, in like the east end zone or south end zone, whatever they call it there, where the Eagles come out of the tunnel. And they dumped it off to him on 3rd and 7.
And he gave him.
And I was just like, it was one of those, no. Oh, yes.
And he gave him that spin cycle, and the dude felt, yeah. They replayed that a couple times this week on TV where Gainwell made that dude miss and made him look silly.
Yep.
So, no,
But, yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed the.
Would you do it again?
I don't know. For a cold game, I don't know.
Cold. It was cold.
I was so bundled up.
We were
ridiculous.
definitely bundled up.
And
it wasn't like in the 20s either. It was like low 30s.
Low 30s, but it was cold.
It felt cold.
But, yeah, I mean, maybe in a warmer game or something.
I got you.
Really, the challenge is, if they lose, the miserable drive home is the worst.
Well, I mean, just the people. You see the vibe in the seats.
The vibe after they won, you're hearing honking and yelling at each other. Like people are flipping each other off, getting out of the parking lot. I'm like, imagine if they lost.
No, trust me. I've been in both, and you definitely prefer the win or you prefer the win over the loss, because the loss is like so way worse. Like when they win, like you said, people are flipping people off.
Yeah.
People are like,
and they're not. It wasn't Steelers fans. They're flipping other Eagles fans.
It was Eagle fans.
They're all getting angry at. People are going over curbs to try to skip the line. People are like, somebody went behind me when I was like,
with the car parked, and you were like, yo, why would you do that? We sat there. Oh God. So
traffic didn't move for 25 minutes.
No, but our friends that went down there with us, they got home. We got home at like 9.
9:15.
They got home at like 11.
What?
Yo, for real.
Karen and a little earlier. Oh my.
Yo, he texted me. He was like, yo, dude, I just got home. And then by that time it started pouring rain. And you were like, yo, we're gonna get home at 9:15. I'm like, I'll take that.
I said over under 9:15. I walked in the door 9:15.
I was like,
I don't know how it worked out.
I'll take that now. They texted me at like 11 o'clock. I'm like, yo, we just got home.
Oh my.
So
well, hey, like I said, not trying to rag on the in-game experience. It was a great time. We had an awesome time.
Absolutely.
It's just it could be improved. It could be improved.
Jeffrey, improve the stadium, the game day experience.
It sounds like they're trying, because they sent me this 50-question survey that they wanted me to do. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a few questions and I'm done. No, they went into every detail, and I was honest.
Right,
I told them that, the in-game replays and statuses and everything is subpar, and the traffic and there's nobody after the game. Did we see anybody trying to direct anything? No, nobody was there.
No, so I'll give Wayne credit. Wayne has the back way to get to the stadium. If you're a normal person driving to the stadium and you don't know the back way, you're gonna be in trouble, and you're gonna run into that like place where like you can only go one direction. Yeah. I've run into that going down with my wife or friends before, but I'm telling you, like you had the back way. So,
yeah, and it saved us. I mean, we had shown our tickets and got through security and everything. With 25 minutes?
Well, I told my wife that we were in the stadium by 4.
Yeah,
and she was like, "How?"
Yeah. Went through the Navy Yard, and we made it to Broad Street, and then
Wayne's got the GPS with the tracker that gets you down there with the quickness.
Yeah. So a lot of fun, good game, great first half from Jalen Hurts. We were talking all week about the Panthers game and how he couldn't get the ball out of his hands. I was sharing stats in the group thread. So
I want to ask a quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
Because that stat, does that includes when the quarterback scrambles and holds on to the football for 4 seconds?
Yeah.
But I'm going to use your favorite quarterback here.
Oh, here we go.
Joe Burrow can't. Joe Burrow doesn't have the athletic footwork. He has enough footwork to get out of the way and get rid of the ball, but he's not going to athletically scramble and get out of the way and hold the ball like Jalen does. But continue.
No, I want to know. I want to know what his stats are. I haven't looked them up.
Okay.
But I'd like to know what his stats are holding the ball for 4+ seconds. But okay, so Jalen, when he holds the ball for more than 4 seconds, when the O-line gives him that time, it's 40% of the time it's a negative play, either a sack, throwaway.
I'm not arguing it because my eyes. We've watched games. Yeah. We've both seen it. Like, yo, throw the ball away. Don't take the sack. Don't take the stupid, sack. I feel like he's not as terrible as he was like mid last season, but he can improve.
I think he's been bad this year, but I mean, he had a good half. His first half was great.
His first half was clean.
He got the ball out of his hands fast. He had they had schemed up the routes. He knew where to go with the ball. He had that one nice little scramble out to his left and found Devontae for 20 yards or something. That was great. Second half, he's holding on to the ball a little bit more. Got sacked 4 times.
Subpar.
Maybe it was because they knew what was coming. They had run that same play. I mean, they ran the slant to AJ.
He does have a broken ring finger. He does, and he referenced that in the post game. He was like, "Yo, it I don't know if it's shattered. I don't know, it's broke, but I can't." He when he's running with the ball, he said this. He was like, "If I switch it to my left hand, I can't."
He can't hold on to the ball.
No, he can't. So basically, he's playing.
Stop scrambling. Just kidding. He's had some great scrambles.
Take away his legs. Get out of here.
They had like 100. They had that on the board. That was nice. Like team stats. They had some team stats for how many yards they had.
Yep.
So we saw that they had 120 yards, but yeah, he had like 40 or so of those, or 45.
Do you think the game, because when the first play of the game was 5 wide, do you think they force-fed AJ? And when was the last time you saw the Eagles first play the game come out 5 wide?
They didn't. But it was great because it was empty, right? So they had Saquon out wide.
Okay.
So it was an empty set. It forced Jalen to get the ball out of his hands.
Okay.
He doesn't have that extra safety blanket of Saquon to pick up the blitz or anybody else.
Okay.
He has to get the ball out of his hands, and he did. And that's a way to do it, is to go into empty.
All right.
So we noticed that a lot. They were going into empty.
They use empty a lot. And I even said that to you right away. I was like, oh, man, I think they're going to try to force feed AJ. But it wasn't even force feed.
You tried to bet me $1,000 they were going to AJ on the first play, and I should have taken it because they went to Calcaterra.
They went to Calcaterra. Well, where did they go to second play?
AJ.
All right.
And the third, and the fifth, and the 8th, and the.
Okay, I'm like, yo, you could see in the game plan that they drew up. Pittsburgh was like, yo, we're going to take away Saquon. And they trusted what was in front of them, and they went to AJ. They went to Devontae.
Yeah.
They went to Calcaterra. So
they dared Jalen to beat them, and he did.
And he did.
I'm happy with that. And if the offense looks like it did in the first half of that game, for the rest of the season,
okay,
they're unbeatable.
Okay,
I will say that they are unbeatable when he can get the ball out of his hands. They can win fast, and even if they don't have the running game, they can beat teams with that and their defense.
They can lean on the other team's O-line or lean on the other team's defensive line and get what they need to get.
Yeah.
How do you? Who played the best that you think? Was it a clean enough game? Can they continue doing this? Because how many weeks are left in the season? 3 weeks?
Yeah.
All right. So they got Washington, Dallas, and the Giants. Do you see them keeping this level, finishing the season with 3 wins?
I think they're going to have to.
Okay.
If they want a sniff of that number 1 seed, because Detroit doesn't have any.
Detroit's really banged up, though.
They are.
Okay.
They might lose one of these games, I think.
Minnesota they play.
They play Minnesota last week of the season.
They play the Bears again, which the Bears
are trash.
The Bears are trash.
I mean, Caleb Williams, horrible.
Not talking junk, but the Bears are trash.
I don't know who else they have.
I do not know.
Didn't strike me as a it might be the Niners.
No. I don't. You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. It could be Carolina, but I could
think
be
it's
wrong.
The Niners.
Okay.
But, which I don't think either of those are losable games for them, even as banged up as they are.
Right.
I feel like it'll all come down to Week 18 against Minnesota.
Okay.
And so what? Ideally for the Eagles, they win out. Minnesota loses to Green Bay Week 17.
Yeah.
And then Minnesota beats Detroit Week 18.
Okay.
And that opens up. That's
opens
number
up
one
to
seed
the number one seed
for the Eagles.
Okay.
That's, to me, that's the easiest route. I mean, some other things can obviously happen, some crazy things.
Right.
But what's nice about this is that it keeps the Eagles needing to win, and they don't shut off.
They don't gear down.
Right.
They don't gear down.
I got you. If Detroit had beaten the Bills, it was basically over.
Oh, yeah.
For the number one seed.
No, you're right.
And they were basically locked into the 2 seed. Well, they're not really yet. If they win this week, they're locked into at least the 2 seed.
I feel you.
So, yeah, they still have a chance. Could you imagine finishing 15-2 and not getting the number one seed?
I mean,
it's just how good the NFC North has been.
It is because they got 3 teams, and the team that I see that I feel like no one's talking about on the low, I feel like Green Bay is who I'm concerned about.
Sure,
but nobody's there. You know, they're like Detroit. Green Bay is actually a lot bit healthier at this stage of the season, and Green Bay has that. We're gonna get some get back from losing week 1. You know, not that I'm saying that I'm worried or like, oh my God, I'm afraid of Green Bay, but Green Bay's got, some skilled players and and above average defense from what I've seen.
If Green Bay had beaten Detroit a couple weeks ago, I'd probably feel that way.
Okay.
But they didn't rise up to that moment.
No.
Made some really stupid mistakes and lost that game. So yeah,
we'll see. We'll
definitely see.
We'll see.
It would be crazy though to finish 15-2
and get the number 2 seed. But I don't think this team cares though.
No,
I think
they're a good road team.
I think the defense travels. I think the run game travels, and I think Jalen speaking in his Jalenisms, just keeping the main thing, and the right discernment, and just keeping it even keel. Like he's never too high, he's never too low, and to me, I don't think they care.
Yeah.
And that's hard to find in an Eagle team.
Their defense is just unbelievable. Anybody who still compares this defense to the 22 defense, even with all the stats and the sacks that they had in 22,
this is cleaner.
This team, they've played 6 of the top 8 offenses in the league, and they went 5-1 in that stretch or against those teams. So they're absolutely battle tested.
Absolutely,
they can absolutely go in anywhere and win, and shut down the opposing team.
Ray Lewis 2.0. I'm sorry, I take that back.
Well, no, so he does some incredible things for them that they're able to do. Because he has that edge rusher background in New Orleans, he's able to walk down to the line and be a 5th rusher or a 6th rusher. They play that 5-2 front.
Yep.
He walks down it's a 6-1 in essence at that point, and the offense doesn't have an answer for it because he has that flexibility. I mean, it's been an absolute home run. Like we were talking about on the way home, like Howie has got to be like talking to his agent every single day.
His agent is just literally like this, just in the back, like counting.
His agent's like, nope,
I'm not ready to sign.
Nope,
I'm not ready to sign. And I asked you this question: seeing what Bond has progressed into, can the Eagles go backwards now, where in the past they have not a great linebacker or just a serviceable linebacker, but they discredit the position so much that they're just like, I'll put somebody in here and they'll fill the role.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah.
Is that going to be okay moving forward, or will the city be like, you can't have this and then let it walk out the door?
I think Vic Fangio is going to be like, no.
We
can't go backwards.
I hope so.
Like that.
No.
He's been really the key to how good their defense is. Obviously, you've got Jalen Carter and the edge rushers.
Carter's playing like a monster.
The back seven's been really good too.
The secondary's playing like a monster.
Yeah.
So,
but they've got to be backing up that Brinks truck, or trying to.
Okay.
And getting him back. I know the agent and Zach are probably like, I'm testing free agency.
Show me the money.
Yeah. Like this
Shohei,
is the
my
contract
money.
year of all contract years.
So
yeah, we'll see what he gets in the offseason. But man, it would be
nah.
crazy to let him walk with how well he's doing.
Howie back the Brinks truck up. Just please do not let another linebacker go to, I don't know, Dallas, go to New York. Don't let him go to San Francisco. I'll say that. All right.
That's what happened to Javon Hargrave.
Yo, do not let no more players walk out of this building and go to San Francisco. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So we talked about the offense, talked about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Washington this week.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Feeling pretty good.
Are we worried about Jaden Daniels this week?
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing. He's been coming back down to earth a little bit, of course. Their defense isn't nearly as good as the Steelers, so you don't expect there to be much trouble there. But you never know. Going down to Washington is always tough.
It's a division game.
Yep.
Washington always plays us tough.
Yeah.
It don't matter what the point spread is. It don't matter what year it is. Washington always plays the Eagles tough.
Yeah.
So.
And you just want to keep the 1-0 thing going.
I feel you.
You got to have that. I noticed. Was it there or was it? I saw something.
What?
Where there was a big like neon lit 1-0. I think it was in their tunnel as you're walking out.
Okay.
For the game.
Okay.
It was either there or maybe it was Penn State. I don't remember. But yeah, the 1-0 thing is. It seems to be working.
No, Nick got him dialed in. Nicholas has got him dialed in.
Besides the Jalen Carter snafu on the sidelines with him.
What was that for the penalty that he got the dunk penalty with the head smack?
Yeah, he smacked the guy's head.
Okay.
So some Steelers fans and I were getting into it on this one. I was like, no, it's
you were.
It's after the punt.
And the Steelers fan was like, what are you talking about?
No, it's a first down. I was like, no,
you were like, no, it's not.
It's after the punt. Well, I thought I was right at the game. Not right, based on that free play where you see him smack the guy's head and then the ball gets punted.
Yeah.
So it definitely should have been a first down for the Steelers. They missed that one. And, Sirianni was not happy with
No, he tried to get in his face.
He tried. Clint Hurt was like, nah.
we're not doing
He was like a bouncer with a guy at VIP.
But Carter went like this, like, yo, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
That's where you credit Sirianni this week with like how well he was doing handling the BG and AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts stuff. Like he was doing well handling that, and you're like, man, he's done a good job. And then you see like the lack of respect from Jalen Carter. He's like, yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, but
it's like somebody in VIP at a club, and somebody walks up to try to like get his attention, and the bouncer's like, no.
Nah,
like,
you're not talking to him, buddy.
And he's the head coach.
You're not talking to him.
I don't know. It's unbelievable.
So hopefully, because before the Steelers game, it was a week of like as the eagle turns. It was full on soap opera. Are we done with the soap operas? Are we,
I think it's it's over now.
It's buried.
It's back to the Sixers as the Sixers turn. The Eagles do not like being in that position.
I don't want to watch no episodes of As the Sixer Turns, man. All right. Are we transitioning to the Sixers?
Sure. I think we've talked enough about
we beat the Eagles to death.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about this.
Go Birds.
Week. Yep. So
beat Washington. Take care of business on Sunday.
What's the line? 5.5?
It probably is.
Something like
usually for Washington, it's if it's 7, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised.
Okay.
But on the next episode of As the Sixer Turns, how do we feel, Wayne?
I don't know.
How do we feel?
I'm going to the game tomorrow.
Okay.
My daughter, the high school for my daughter's school is playing at the Wells Fargo Center tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. They're doing a knockout tournament before that game.
Are you going to show me you're going to show
I'm
off
going to be on the Sixers court.
Oh, you got to do a live from the Sixers court.
You
got to do a Dane and Wayne from the Sixers court.
My 4-year-old son's going to be holding the camera.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. We're looking forward to that, and then we get to come back for warm-ups. We get to sit in the floor seats for warm-ups, and then we go to our seats for the game.
Nice.
I don't know how long we'll last for the game because we'll be down there from 1 o'clock.
He's gonna be ready to go home at 5. Watch, you like, Daddy, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, I don't want to go to dinner. Let's just go home. But anyway, I'm going to the game tomorrow. I mean, they're playing the Hornets again. They play the Hornets great.
They do. The Hornets is the one. What do they have? 2 wins against the Hornets?
At least 2,
or
not 3.
All right,
I think
it's at
this
least
is like
2.
the 4th game they're playing.
Yeah. So we need the Hornets on the schedule maybe like every 4 to 5 days if we're gonna get through the season. How has Podcast P been? Podcast P, put the ball. You know what? Let me stop talking. He dropped like 30 points the other night.
He dropped 30.
He dropped 30 the other night. You know, I'll take it back. Podcast P had a good game. It's Joel. What? Joel broke his face or fractured his sinus, and then McCain tore up his knee. McCain was the one bright spot in the season where I was like, yo, as much as Tyrese is not performing at a high level, Embiid's getting on my nerves, Podcast P is doing his 18th podcast. I was excited about McCain.
Yep.
But the season doesn't start until Christmas Day, I said.
6 more days.
So how many wins do they have? 6?
No, more than that.
7?
I don't know.
All right.
I can't even tell you.
All right.
It doesn't matter. They're 0-0 until Christmas.
Yes, because the season doesn't start until Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Can Embiid stop getting hurt? Like,
no.
He will not stop getting hurt. Okay.
He is made of paper mache.
So is this the end? You know what I mean? Is this, he gets through the season. The Sixers can't trade him though. He doesn't have any value.
No.
Nobody's going to eat $250 million. Is it $200 million contract?
Like that, yep.
I heard Stephen A say something crazy the other day that he's like this close to being Ben Simmons. And I was like, that's disrespectful.
No.
Like, wait, I mean 25.
Ben Simmons.
25.
Yeah, I can't believe you said his name.
I know, 25.
25.
You can't call Embiid 25. That's disrespectful.
No. Embiid played an MVP level.
Right.
He's always been an MVP level when he's not hurt. You just can't stay on the floor.
Yeah.
Can't stay on the floor. 3 face fractures. There's been like 15 in the history of the NBA.
And he's had
thousands and thousands and thousands of players, and he's had 3 of the 15.
That's bad luck. That's
20%.
terrible luck. That's terrible luck. We need to sage that building, man. We need to sage the building or sage him? Which one? Embiid, let us know, man. 21, let us know. We'll bring some sage down.
We're calling him 21 now. That's not a good sign.
When we start calling you by your number, we frustrated. All right. We'll bring the sage out. We'll take you to the Caribbean. Just let us know, man.
Yeah.
Not that he needs our help, but there's no way anybody let me think of a player. Greg Oden is what it reminds me of. But Greg Oden didn't have a quarter. Greg Oden didn't have a quarter of like dominance that 21 has.
No, he was injury plagued, but he wasn't ever an all-star player.
Correct.
So
Brandon Roy's who I brought up to you, who was a superstar, but not on Embiid's level.
MVP of the league. Yeah.
Best
big man, one of the best big men, both ways. I mean, he started for the Olympic team. I don't know. I just shake my head anymore. There's nothing else to say.
No, there isn't. But they do play tomorrow. We do want them to win. And we'll, like I said, my season doesn't start until Christmas Day. So hopefully Maxey can get it together.
Do they play Christmas Day?
Yeah, play the Celtics.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So I'm not turning that game on.
I'm taking the Sixers on Christmas Day. Wayne's like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah. I'll be with my in-laws who are Steelers fans.
Run away from that money line.
They'll be watching that game because I think the Steelers play on Christmas Day.
Steelers play the Chiefs.
On Netflix?
Yeah. Which I told you the Chiefs are playing 3 games in like 10 days.
Good.
We want the Chiefs to lose.
They're like this close to being trash.
What?
And they're 13-1.
That is a hater take right there.
I mean, when you look at the advanced stats, like the Chiefs,
the advanced stats.
When you look at the graphs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are always right in the middle of the pack on like every stat. Yet they're 13-1.
So does that remind you of us last year?
Yes.
Where the wheel
exactly how it was last year.
But how are the wheel? But you got 2 Super Bowls. The wheels aren't gonna fall off.
There's nothing to do with the Super Bowls. It's just how they're playing.
How they're playing. Yeah.
And Mahomes had his usual fake injury last week where he's like hobbling around and then like full participant in practice.
Oh, the
practices all week.
Healed.
Like,
the ankles.
just like in the Super Bowl.
That's some good. Whatever medicine they got in that doctor's office in Kansas City, I need to check it.
Yeah.
I need to.
But,
so
hey, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the Steelers do against them.
I think they lose to the Steelers on Christmas Day. If they win Saturday against Houston, there's no that 3 games in 10 days. That's crazy on your body, I think. And I'm not a pro athlete, but I just think 3 games in 10 days. That's insanity, from what I feel. So
yeah,
go Birds.
Go Birds.
What else is on the table?
You have a hater this week.
I do have a hater this week, and it's a double hater because he's done it twice. I'm gonna say this. All right, Dominic Foxworth for a special news station that he's good at his job, but this week he had something to say that QB1 for the Eagles has pretty privilege, is what he called it, and the city didn't take very nicely to it. Because we can talk smack on QB1. We can tell him that he doesn't throw the ball, or that he holds onto the ball, that he throws interceptions. You cannot say that, Dominic, all right? Jalen is handsome, and I can say that because I'm confident, okay? But you cannot say that the man has pretty privilege. He said, I was joking. Philadelphia doesn't know how to take a joke. And then he went about the parking authority, which the parking in the city is trash.
It's terrible.
All right. And then he said something about the Liberty Bell. It's a stupid bell with a crack in the center. Dominic, you cannot say that. All right. So you are my most valuable hater of the week. That's 2 times. I know you might have been joking, but Philadelphia is like a family. Like, we can talk smack. We can talk junk on Jalen. You can't talk smack on QB1. And that's my hater of the week.
All right. We got our first second-time
hater.
hater.
He's got Dominic.
You can have a board of haters.
You can add us if you want, But I know you were joking. He pulled out the New Jack City, like, "Am I my brother's keeper?" No, all right, you can't do that.
I did love Jalen's fit after the game.
Is that what
backwards Kangol?
Is that what y'all wanted to see?
He looked like Michael from The Office. Date Mike, he used to call him. He would put. He's like, "Oh, I didn't realize you're on a date." And he runs out to his car. He gets his Kangol. He puts on and hums back in. And he's super awkward. That's what Jalen looked like.
He had on like $12,000 worth of diamonds. Like the chain was the chain. Yeah. I had no problems with the post-game interview, but yeah. So,
all right,
go Birds.
Go Birds.
What else is on the table this week?
I don't know.
As we wind down,
we wanted to rank our Christmas traditions.
Okay.
I'm having trouble thinking of any, though.
Let me think of a Christmas tradition. Blank-a-doodle-doo. Blank-a-doodle-doo. All right. Christmas tradition that I have. I love watching Home Alone.
Yes. We just watched Home Alone 2 tonight.
All right. My kids. That's something. That and that Christmas Story with the leg lamp.
Oh, my gosh. I've never watched it all the way through.
You never watched the leg lamp?
Not all the way through. I've seen parts of it.
Say what?
Never all the way through.
Yo, leg lamp is a classic.
Remember when we were kids and the TBS would play it every hour or every 2 hours?
They still do.
Do they still play it?
Yo, Christmas Eve, I have the leg lamp on either one. I literally have it. All right. Ask my wife about the leg lamp movie. She's like, "Oh God."
I got a whole list of the Christmas movies we have to watch.
All right.
It's like,
is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
It is? Yes.
Yes.
Nakatomi Plaza?
Nakatomi Plaza. Home Alone. So they used to play Home Alone on Thanksgiving night.
Yes.
On one of the networks. And so I loved that, growing up and after all the turkey digested watching Home Alone. But yeah, my kids are starting to get into Home Alone.
Nice.
Home Alone 2. My daughter's like, "Is there a third one?" I'm like,
"No,
we're not watching that one.
You don't want you don't want that one. You don't want that one."
There's been like 4 or 5 and they just keep getting worse.
Yeah. After 2 you can stop.
But yeah, Elf and
Elf is a classic that
Grinch,
people hate.
The animated Grinch is their favorite. Like the newer animated Grinch.
Okay.
Is one of their favorites.
All right.
Yeah. So try to hit all those. And
no, I am blanking on Christmas traditions for real.
My mother-in-law makes an amazing filet on Christmas Day. She makes filet mignon. And yeah, incredible. I don't like turkey for Thanksgiving. I would rather ham.
I prefer ham.
But I'll take those fillets on Christmas.
I would definitely take
fillets
a filet
and
on
twice
Christmas.
baked potatoes. Oh my gosh! And she usually makes an extra one for me because she knows I'll.
You're gonna take care of one. You're gonna take care of two is what you're gonna take care of. So, but no, I don't have any Christmas traditions, and my wife is probably gonna slap me for this. But
yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. I feel like this was a positive episode after being away for a couple weeks, and give us some feedback on Did you like Wayne's
which fits
Christmas festive look, or do you prefer my Christmas festive look? Maybe too much.
No,
I think it's just about right.
Formal. I thought we were going funny.
I mean, this is funny. Funny looking.
I'm cutting that out.
Yeah. So, all
right.
Have a happy holiday. Everybody be safe. We will be back with some more footage and some, I'll send out a couple videos. Let us know what you think.
Yep.
And go Birds. And
wrap up that division this weekend.
Yeah. Have a great evening, everybody. And thank you. Carl, I love you.